Hi there. In this video we'll be looking at some accus that I just received. And I did not know anything about this brand up until now. We were discussing about a potential collaboration, but there was a bit of a problem with shipping some lithium accus. I think because of the limits for planes, because you can have only so big of a capacity, and shipping was not really available properly for my country, so we couldn't make that go through. But I decided, hey, I can buy not the lithium type that we are discussing about, but I could buy the nickel metal hydride type 2800 milliamp hour version, because our daughters use a lot of batteries in their toys. So I found this really cheap. In the end, for 32 pieces, I got about how much? €1, about $1 also per piece, which I think it's a good price, honestly. But then I was really close to having free shipping from Amazon, and decided, hey, I should get a few more individual pieces to make it over the free shipping, and I did. And the package has arrived today. Just opened it, and this bit of weirdness, as you can see, this is ripped off. So I'm obviously not the first that was in this package, but anyway, if you want to read this little thingy, right here it is. Oh, sorry. So yeah, but what I already noticed before starting to film the video, the number doesn't add up. Obviously, Powerowl doesn't have anything to do with this. The problem should be the seller. I will get in contact and see why I got less than I paid for, because this is, in theory, if I count right, only the original 32. So the original 32 are basically like this: 16 AA and 16 AAAs. But I should have gotten, I think, for these guys, at least 8 or 12 more. So those are still missing. Maybe they come in a different shipping. Anyway, I will investigate about that. But what I want to do now is test the capacity of these thingies. Because if they are close to the rated capacity, they are really good purchase for the price. But I want to see that. For the weight of them, up until now, okay, seems promising. Normally, when an accumulator is way overrated in capacity, you can feel it, because it's really light and it says an absurd capacity for its weight. This, no, this has decent standard good quality accumulator weight to it. So let's put them on the charger. Professional care and low self-discharge. Not really sure what professional care means. I think Oral-B from Brown is professional care for their toothbrushes, but yeah, doesn't really matter that. Let's put them to charge, discharge, and test the capacity and see what we get. I really hope we are close to this, and in that case it would actually be a good purchase and I didn't do a stupid impulse buy, but we'll see. So let's start to plug them in. I will test at 500 milliamp hour, normal test. Discharge will be done at 300 milliamp hour. That's the specific of this particular Litokala charger. Let's see for this one. Whoa, that was a bit of weirdness. Maybe I bumped into it and moved it a little bit, and that's why the voltage went up really fast. It's going down now. Anyway, all of them up until now are charged from what I can see. And let's plug the last one. We will do a few actually test cycles on them, because I did test some accus from Lidl, and I think only about after the second or third cycle they reached full capacity. So I will do about the same for these things to give them a fighting chance to show us their real capacity. In terms of charge, you can see they are about the same. And yeah, also internal resistance decently low. Let's let them charge, discharge, and show us what they can do. Okay, first test. These are the values. Quite low, honestly, but yeah, it's the first time these are cycled. So yeah, let's test once again. For all of them, obviously, the same procedure. We are still seeing some gains. So we'll continue to test until we don't see any more gains. And yes, I'm letting this cool down for a few good hours before cycling, so I'm sure that we are not getting wrong results because of heat or something like that. So this is the second one. Let's start the third one. And we concluded another test. Yeah, I have the feeling that we will not be seeing more than this. The results are in, and we'll be starting the final test. And final results are in, so this is first, second, third, and fourth. These are not 2800 milliamp hour batteries. At best 2300 or 2400 as some others rate them. And rest of the batteries have arrived. So they just put them into different packages, and it seems they arrived differently. So these are from 2023, the other ones were from okay, so that's not a date. Okay. I was expecting this to be a date, but they ain't from 2040. Okay, I guess I have no idea from when they are, but they are the same little AAAs, 12 of them. I think I bought too many batteries. Anyway, let's test the capacity. Hopefully I didn't get scammed. Started to test the AAAs at a lower charging current. Discharging will still be done at 300 milliamp hours. It was done the same for the AA's, but charging will be a bit slower for this one. I cannot set a lower discharge than 300 milliamp hour. This doesn't know how to do anything like that. Let's see the capacity. So, first cycle finished, 4 more to go. Cycle number 2 is finished. These are the values. So let's retest all of them. Values after third cycle. Let's get ready for the fourth. And these are the results for cycle number 4. And I'm going to start cycle number 5. And the 5th cycle is done. This is blinking because now it's in the recharging phase. It's just putting the juice back into them, but the capacity testing part of this is already done. So these are the last numbers, and now I just need to make them into a table and a nice graph for both AA's and AAA's, and see what is the conclusion. And the results are in. So the AA's needed about 3 to 4 cycles to reach maximum capacity. You can see that also on the graph itself. In average, I used the highest values that each of these cells reached. They had 2210 milliamp hours. and that means about 78.9% of the advertised 2800 milliamp hour capacity. I do not like this. This is not really honest. In comparison, I will link a video in the description where I tested some Tronic cells from Lidl, AA's also. Those things average at 95.9% of advertised 2500 milliamp hour. Much better. And although I did not really like these cells too much because they still lied a little bit, they had about the same values as the old cells, which they actually advertised at only 2400 milliamp hours. So they bumped up this number, but the cells themselves were testing about the same as the old ones. Well, that kind of shows us that numbers sell. So they needed to put a higher number on the cells themselves for people to grab them off the shelves. Well, my opinion is Powerowl overdid this. To be on the same page as these guys, so this value is about 100 milliamp hour lower than what they advertised. These cells should be advertised as 2300 milliamp hours, maybe 2350 milliamp hours max, but not what they are doing. This is not fair. And now let's go to the smaller ones. These are the values. This is the average, 833.5. The graph kind of flattens right here. I'm not expecting, even if I tested more, I'm not expecting gains, so probably it will just start to drop. 4 to 5 cycles to reach max, and 83.4% of the advertised 1000 milliamp hour capacity. I would like to see this advertised as 900 milliamp hour or 950 milliamp hour, and that would be fair. They would have above 90% of advertised capacity, and that would be fair. Like this 1000, again, it's just a game of numbers. Sadly, people that don't know that much about batteries like this just look at these numbers. Whoa, that's a lot. It's a lot, but it's not real. And Powerowl sadly need to play this game, and here they honestly overdid it. In here, yeah, they went over what they really are, but not that much. But in here, in my opinion, it's way too much over what the cells actually have in capacity. But yeah, with that being said, for the mix that I bought right here, I will move the camera, be back in a second. So for this whole huge mix of cells, I reached an average of about €1 or $1 per cell. That's a decent price for Tronics, these ones, which do have a higher capacity, about 200 milliamp hour higher than the Powerowls of the same size. You can see this versus this. It's about 1.3 euros per cell if you buy the same mix. So a bit more expensive. You are paying more for that added capacity, which you might not need depending on your situation. So the Tronics are not that awesome in terms of value of capacity per price. But there is the option to buy Lada Ecus from IKEA. Those with a similar mix, you reach the same price at the moment of making the video that I reached with these Powerowls. And I've watched a few online videos with people testing the Ladas. They are almost spot on. So they say they have about 2450 milliamp hour advertised, and they reach about 2400 milliamp hour in real life, at least the AA's. So that's really close, about 98% of advertised capacity or something like that. So yeah, good price, high capacity. Those are nice. But These Powerowls, I'm not I don't know, sad or disappointed I bought them. For the real capacity from our testing, still a decent price. If they last in time, then they are good. If these start breaking down, then we have an issue and they are not good value. Hopefully they will not break down. And yeah, if you find them more expensive, I don't think they are a good buy anymore. So when you decide what cells to buy, search for online tests and see what values and what capacities people are getting, and see price versus capacity. Don't just go for big numbers, because they might not be real, sadly. But I do understand the numbers game. I hate it, it's not fair, but some companies just dig into it and sell a lot of products, although in the long run it affects their credibility. So yeah, everybody chooses their way of going about this. And yeah, that's about it. Ask in the comments how this fare over the years, because I'm going to be starting to use. I will put a lot of the smaller ones in all kinds of solar lights. Yes, they are not meant for that, but with their capacity they will last. I've done this before. I don't like those solar ones. Most of them have really low capacities, although they are built for low charge and discharge current. The capacity is also low, and in many situations they just don't light for the whole night. They shut off in the middle of the night. So with bigger cells like this, although not meant for solar, they light the whole night. So I don't care, I'm using them. And obviously in remotes and toys around the house, I will be putting these things in everything, and you can ask me in the comments how they work over the years. And yeah, that's about it. Hope this video helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one.